Today we are going to renovate our hallway. Actually, not just today, but you know what I mean. So our hallway is not looking horrible at the moment, but it's also not looking good. It's not a part of the house I am proud of, and I'd like to change that. I'd like to make it a little bit more whimsical, more historic, with more nice decorations, and just freshen up everything a bit. Also, the reason why I'm doing this right now is we had our heating installed, and they also had to install pipes throughout the whole building, also in the hallway, and they had to rip out the coat rack that we had in the hallway. And now with the pipes going along the outer edge of one wall, we can't really put this old coat rack back in because it's too big now. There's not enough space with the pipes. It's a big, massive wooden thing. I'm going to show it to you right now so you can imagine what it was like. It's beautiful. It was beautiful, but it's right now just too big for the space. Eventually I will probably repurpose it for something else. But for now, it's gone to storage. So I bought new hooks to hang up the jackets and the coats. These are the new hangers I bought. Just wanted to show them to you. They are not massive, but I wanted to hang them on the wall underneath each other. So I bought them second-hand for, I think, around 30 euros or something, including shipping. And they are real iron, so they are very heavy and sturdy, which is important. And I'm very happy with them. They are so pretty. I also bought new door handles, but that's a whole other story. Because, you know, I'm filming this sequence right now when it's already finished. And those door handles, they took me a lot of patience, but you're gonna see later. Now, the first thing that we will do is basically just refresh the wall, because that old coat rack, that's a weird word. It was massive, and it had a ton of little screws in the wall that we had to rip out. And now the whole wall is full of holes. So I have to close up all the holes and then paint the wall, and I'm just gonna paint all the walls in the hallway new because they're not really white anymore. So it's about time. And then second thing will be to install the new hooks. And everything else, I'm gonna surprise you. But the outcome will be really nice. That whole massive thing that I have just showed you, all of that wood was all on this wall. It was a little bit much, I gotta say. And now that I'm thinking of it, I also want to paint the heating pipes, the new pipes, white. But I don't have any paint for that here. I still have to buy that. I'm just going to do the wall for now. As you can see, there's so many holes in it. I still have to get all the stuff out of them. And I also have to do something about this hole here. Probably just going to fill this up with, I don't know what it's called. And this is also where the bench will go later. This is what I will close the holes with. I just have to mix it because this is powder. Fun fact, I have discovered a lot of remnants of yellow paint, which means that the hallway was once painted yellow. A very adventurous choice. I don't think I would personally do that, but Yeah, just imagine all in yellow. So after the walls were done, I decided that I wanted to have a little bench to sit down when I'm putting on and off my shoes. The one I bought came with a super thin cover on the cushion that was white, so I had to change that to make it a bit more sturdy and versatile. I basically just decided to take a measure of it and then staple it with leather that I have thrifted before. So I cut out some very thin wood, sanded it down of course, so I would have something to staple onto. Then I cut the leather out. This is some kind of dark green, forest green leather. I found it online. Someone was selling it secondhand. Also, leather can be cleaned very easy. Just wipe it down. So that's nice for a hallway bench. And I did a horrible job stapling it. I hope nobody will ever turn it around and look at the mess I made. I decided to also decorate the bench with these kind of fake iron hinges at the edges. I didn't want to use real hinges because they're expensive and I would have to basically destroy them, and I didn't want to do that. But I think they look really nice. And here's the outcome. This is what the bench looked like after I was done upgrading it. I think the fake hinges look quite nice. If you don't look super close, you can't really tell that the hinges are made of foam. So I'm happy with that. And now on to the next thing. Yeah, that looks considerably better than this bright, shiny silver. They will eventually all look like this matte white, but I cannot paint these yet because they're warm. We need the heating right now, so I can't just turn it off. It will get cold in the house. And I think you should only paint these when they are cold. And this one I could paint because we're not really using this heater here at the moment. So you just have to imagine all of them being white. Now it's time to replace the lamps, because this right here is a lamp that you usually use in a stable where you have your cattle. I dislike it. And the second lamp in the hallway is not much better. It's just a light bulb on a bare fixture. It looks horrible. So I bought new lamps. And the first one that arrived, this one, we immediately hung it up because I was so excited for it. And I didn't film that, I'm sorry, but look at how nice it is compared to the old stable lamp. I thrifted both of them, by the way. And the second one arrived a few days later. Okay, we're going to do a quick little unboxing because this is one of the two lamps that I want to replace in here. This is supposed to be a kind of a very old iron and glass ceiling lamp. Okay. Yeah, this was packaged very well. I bought this secondhand, by the way. It was around 30 euros, including shipping, I think. This is just one part of it. This is the glass part. It looks like a little sun. Look at it. Oh, there's something missing. It was packaged so well and I still managed to break a piece, but it's only this tiny piece, so I hope it won't be a big problem. Just this tiny piece is missing here on the bottom. Okay, so this is the main piece that goes on the ceiling. And I have to be careful so I don't hurt myself. And this is what goes on top of it. It looks like a little sun. It's so beautiful. It's very heavy because it's real iron. This is one of these vintage lights. You can actually find a lot of them on our local secondhand platforms. because these used to be very popular. At first I looked up how much new lamps would cost, but prices for lamps are crazy. And they were all kind of ugly. So I decided to just like look for some vintage ones, and that they were a lot cheaper anyway. Next I'm gonna show you what it looks like when it's hung up. My next task is probably the one that made the biggest difference in my opinion. Like, when you enter the hallway, you can immediately see these little decorations around the light switches. I decided to paint some kind of greenery around the light switches. I saw a few people online that did similar things, mainly around door frames, but I thought this would also look amazing around the light switches, so here we go. It took me a long time to paint all of these. I painted 3 in total. I used a pre-mixed color, so I didn't mix this dark green color myself. I just wanted it to be consistently the same color, and I'm not very good at mixing myself, so I just bought one that I liked, a small bottle of it. And this is, I think it's some kind of wall paint. Honestly, I'm not really sure. I just grabbed the bottle and it looked nice, and I spent a lot of time painting them, but it was worth it. It looks really nice. Last of all, I decided that I disliked these golden door handles and I wanted to exchange them with black iron ones. This was not worth it, I'm gonna be honest. First of all, I went ahead and ordered some door handles online. 2 to be exact, one for the bathroom door and one for the toilet door. They didn't fit the locks that we had in the doors. So I had to also buy new locks for the doors. And it was a very specific type of lock that I needed. So I had to really dig online to find a fitting one. And it's really hard to find specific locks because there's so many different ones. So I got the lock and then I had to somehow get it into the door. And I had to carve out parts in the door frame to fit everything. And it's still not fitting perfectly. There's still a part that is missing right now. I just can't get myself to finish it. This was not worth it. If you ever try to replace door handles, look very closely for the measurements of the lock that your door has. And if you don't find anything that fits it, just leave it. It's not worth it. Yeah, anyway, let's go on to the outcome. Are you ready for the big reveal of everything? Okay, now there is still a few parts that I need to do in a few months, probably in springtime. I'm just gonna start with those before I show you the pretty parts that actually came out how I wanted them to be. So first of all, I've already mentioned it. The silver pipes from the heating, those new pipes, I need to spray paint them. I cannot spray paint all of them because we are using the heating right now, and as long as they are so warm, I don't think it's good to spray paint over them. So I'm going to wait with that until springtime. Once they are white, they will be a lot less present in this room, which will be nice. And the second thing, unfortunately, is those damn door handles. These were so cursed. This whole project with the door handles was so cursed. I have installed one right now and I wasn't able to finish installing this one because the door is too thick. The handle I bought is made for a thinner door. So the lock the bolt on the lock isn't long enough and I have to elongate it now. And I bought a square little iron rod. I have ordered it. It will arrive sometime this week, and then I will just keep trying to make it work. This has cost me much more money than I thought, because I also had to buy the new locks, as you saw. If you ever want to change any door handles in your house, please look very closely what your door actually needs. And if you just buy something like I did, you will have to spend lots of time to make it work. I think they look beautiful now. The black ones, those iron ones, look much better. I like them much more than the silver ones. The silver ones were made of brass. I'm going to keep them. Maybe I will need them at one point somewhere else in the house. Luckily though, that was the only big problem I had. Everything else is really nice. This part here is probably my favorite part. It looks so clean now. I bought this little storage box for hats and gloves because they were always lying around somewhere before. And we have also installed this lovely little hook here to hold scarves, because for the scarves I need a bit of a bigger hook. I have also painted this light switch, which is really nice. It's a bit hidden, but in summertime when the scarves are gone, you'll see its full glory. I have decorated the mirror a little bit with some small knickknacks that I had around the house already, so I didn't buy anything of that new. Then I also decided to use this space up here because there's this little, I don't even know what it's called, you can put things on it. There was only dust on this before, but now there's lovely little decorations, including this antique iron. Yeah. And this thing, I have not shown you this before. I bought an additional metal chain to hang it a bit lower so you could actually see it. This is a rack to dry herbs, basically. I think that's what it is. It's made of cast iron, so it's super heavy. And you can hang herbs down here. And I will probably do that this summer. Now here, not too much changed. We have this new lovely bench, which is very versatile. It's really nice to be able to sit down when you take on and off your shoes. We have the beautiful new iron hooks. However, this is also one thing I forgot to mention it before. We will place them differently, but not right now. Because we have a light switch here. This light switch will go, this is for the toilet. It doesn't control the light in the hallway. I want to move this light switch on the inside of the toilet, so in here. So it actually makes sense and is not hidden by the coats, because nobody ever finds that light switch because it's completely covered. And once the light switch is gone, we want to hang one of these two hooks, because we have two here. Here, so 1, 2, but not right now. I'm not an electrician. I cannot move this light switch on my own, so we're not doing that right now. But it looks pretty good. This is finally a room that I am proud of. And see you next time. Goodbye.